What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day today. Getting into this GH episode, Nina and Valentine continue to annoy me to the fullest extent. Now they're trying to talk with the principal about getting Willow fired. I think that's so ridiculous. Valentine was upset because he feels like Willow tried to block Charlotte from getting into the gifted program, which is not true. And I love how the principal backed Willow, the principal backed Willow up. And I like that because nobody's trying to block Charlotte from getting into the gifted program. If you want her into the gifted program, you have to follow the proper channels. One, she has to be tested and get certain marks in order to get into the program. Also, it's almost the end of the damn school year. It's April. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only got 2 more months left in the school year. Literally. June is, the last month, half a month that they're going to be in school. Because I believe the school year ends around mid-June to mid to late June is when school ends. So you only got 2 months. You waited too long to get her into the gifted program. And even the principal said that. It's almost the end of the school year. You're going to have to wait until next fall in order to have her tested and get her into the program. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted her into the program, why did y'all wait so long? You should have did that months ago, back in the fall. You should have did that. Y'all waited too long. So how is that Willow's fault? Willow didn't try to block her from getting into nothing. It was your own stupidness that blocked her into getting in. Had you been more aware, you could have got her in months ago, but you waited too long. The school year is almost done, so wait until next fall. It was just ridiculous. I'm like, they waited too long, and you want to blame her for that. And on top of that, you want this woman fired because you feel like she has bias towards your child. I wouldn't say it's bias. I feel like Willow is just not going to bow down to Valentine and Nina. You know what I mean? Like, they keep walking around trying to make Charlotte think that she's some princess who can do no wrong, and that's not what Willow's going to do. Willow's not going to make it easy for her. You know what I'm saying? She treats her probably the same way I would assume she treats her other students. Maybe she has a little bias towards Charlotte. But I wouldn't say she's biased. Some people might think that she does. But Charlotte is not perfect. I mean, she's running around bullying people. She's a little tyrant basically in class. And notice how a lot of times when Willow has approached Nina and Valentine about it, Nina is the one that's always upset, while Valentine is the one that's mainly quiet about the situation because he knows his daughter. He knows that a lot of what Willow say about her is correct. That's why he never, interfered like that. It's just ridiculous. And then on top of that, so now that they're mad that the principal's not going to fire Willow, and for good reason, because Valentine and Nina are the only parents who have an issue with Willow and her her teaching style and stuff like that. No other parents have an issue with Willow. So I'm glad the principal chose not to fire her, but did warn her that, she might be a little unconsciously biased. So she may need to keep that in check because you may not get another chance next time, which is true. So now Nina and Valentine are threatening to sue. I'm like, they're being so ridiculous and they're overreacting. They're going way overboard. I'm just over them. Like, seriously, they're the worst type of parents. And that's the reason. And the reason I say they're the worst type, the way they act, they're the type of parents that would bribe their kid to go to college or bribe how the whole college bribery situation is unfolding in the news right now with Lori Loughlin and the other lady, the other actress who played on Desperate Housewives and stuff like that, the whole college scandal. I could definitely see Valentine and Nina a part of that scandal at some point. I definitely could, because they're the type of parents. You know what I'm saying? They just strike me as that type, just ridiculous. So anyway, moving on from those shenanigans. I did like the scene between Finn and Chase. I do have to disagree with Chase, though. Chase basically implied that Robert is jealous of Finn and Anna's relationship or whatever the case may be. I disagree with that because Robert actually gave Finn some really good, advice regarding Anna. And who better to get advice from than her ex-husband / baby daddy? The man who's known her for 4 decades. Like, Robert has known Anna for well over 30 years, probably 40 years. Who knows her better than him? You know what I mean? Why not get advice from him? And he gave him some really good advice. Like he told her, she's not a commitment person. She basically kind of runs from long-term commitments. So, she tried to sabotage herself a lot in relationships. So your best bet is to make a move on her first because she's not the type of person to ask for a commitment. So if you're looking for commitment, your best bet is to make the first move because she's never going to. She's not the one. She's not one of those women that's going to hound you about marriage and moving in together and living together. She might ask you to move in, but if you don't want to, she's not going to hound you about it. She's not that type of person. That's definitely not Anna Devane. She's not going to be like, oh, let's get married. When are we going to get married? She ain't that type of woman. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't call her a commitment phobe. Maybe she is, but she's not that type. So if that's what you're looking for, it's best that you talk to her about that, or make the first move, some type of grand gesture. Or at least sit her down and let her know what you expect out of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like an honest conversation about the future and the status of y'all relationship. So Finn decided to get her an engagement ring. I had to pause real quick. Because when I seen the ring, I'm like, hold up. Pause. I think it's too soon. This is just my opinion. I feel like it's too soon for them to be thinking about marriage. That's just my opinion. First of all, I love this new cup. I love it. I got this from Walmart last night. I love this cup. But the ice lasts a long time in this cup. It takes a long time for the ice to melt in this one. It's like a sports cup. Like an outdoor type sports cup. But anyway. I think it's too soon for Finn to be thinking about marriage and stuff with Anna. I feel like it's way too soon. He need to pump his brakes a little bit. Like I said, his best case scenario is to sit Anna down and talk about the nature of their relationship, like the future. Like, what do she expect from their relationship? What he expect? You know what I'm saying? Like an honest conversation. I feel like he's jumping the gun a little bit on this engagement. I mean, if she says yes, hopefully, it goes off without a hitch, and congratulations, more power to you. But I do feel like he should have had that conversation first before proposing. Like, I'm just saying, like, kind of to get an idea of where her mind is regarding their relationship before you even buy a ring. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I feel he should have did. Kind of be a spy a little bit, like get it in, like, get a feel for where, she wants the relationship to go. That way you can plan accordingly. Like, if she sees y'all being together long term, then you might want to go out and buy a ring. But if she's a little nonchalant a little bit about commitment, you might want to pump your brakes. I'm just saying, because you don't want to waste all that money on no ring. You know what I mean? Like, just do a little digging first before you just jump in feet first. I'm just saying. Hopefully it doesn't, backfire on them. I would hope not. But I have a feeling she might say no. I have that feeling. I have that feeling she might say no. I don't know. I have a gut feeling she might just say no, or she might say yeah, but they might not end up getting married. I don't know. I just have that feeling. So anyway, moving on from that, Maxie. So Chet wants to ask Maxie out on a date. Of course, he was talking to Peter about it. Peter was basically telling him, go for it, ask her, whatever. Because Maxie, Anna was asking Maxie about her relationship with Peter. And Maxie basically said there is no relationship. They're not dating, there's nothing really romantically going on between them. But when she talked to Peter about Chet, asking her out on a date and stuff like that, Peter basically told her, have fun, whatever. But she told him she turned Chet down. I'm a little irritated by that she turned Chet down for a date. I wish that she wouldn't have done that. because I do feel like her and Chet have some chemistry from what I've seen of the two of them, but I really wanted to see them go on a date to see if they had any real romantic chemistry. You know what I'm saying? From a friendship level, there's chemistry. I wanted to see them on a date, like really talking. You know what I mean? You know, getting to really know each other, like in a romantic sense, to kind of get a feel to see if they have any romantic chemistry. So I really wish that she wouldn't have turned that down. Because I'm not too fond of her and Peter together as a couple. I'm really not. As a potential couple. I'm not fond of it. I just don't see the longevity with that. I feel like, for me, I feel like it seems rushed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems, not rushed, but forced is the better word that I'm looking for. You know, I feel like that relationship is definitely forced. That's what the writers wanted from day one, and they're pushing that agenda. So I really wanted to see her go out on a date with somebody else and be around somebody else, you know, like another guy, to see if they got that romantic chemistry, you know what I mean? To see if that's a viable coupledom in the future. That's what I was hoping for, but of course she had to turn down Chet. I know a lot of people don't care for Chet because we don't see much of him, but that's the writer's fault. You know, I wish the writers would give him something better to do, like something more to do, make him a little bit more integral into storylines and stuff like that. I wish, but apparently that's not what their goal is or what they're planning on doing, which is sad, honestly. So anyway, moving on from that. So Laura wants Lulu basically to take some time for herself, like leave town for a little while, not too long, but enough to get herself together and, you know, take Rocco with her and stuff like that. Lulu didn't want to at first because of her job or whatever, but I'm like, you could take a leave of absence. I'm pretty sure Peter will understand. He got other reporters. But I'm not opposed to that idea, to be totally honest with you. I do think that Lulu has been through something traumatic, not just with Ryan stabbing her and stuff like that, but the whole Dante situation. I think she needs a mental break. She needs to go take Rocco, go somewhere nice, you know what I mean? Maybe Hawaii or something, you know, for a few days, you know, maybe a week, and just collect herself. You know what I mean? She's been through a lot. Physically, mentally, you know, she's been through a lot. And I know what she's been through is pretty draining. I know it has to be draining on her mentally. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with just getting away for a little while. Obviously, it's not going to be permanent. You know, you don't have to leave town forever. You just need to go and do you for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself back right. You know, take some time for you. You know, take your son with you. Have a good time. I honestly don't see why she can't take Charlotte, too. All she gotta do is talk to Valentine. Talk to Valentine. Tell him that you want to take her too. But she did inform Nina and Valentine about her trip though, and that she was gonna talk to Charlotte about it or whatever. But I wish that she would just take both her kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Valentine wouldn't oppose. It's not like she's gone forever. You know what I mean? Like, she just want to take them out for a little while. You know, I'm pretty sure the teachers could email some schoolwork or whatever. But don't they get spring break? You know, the kids should be on spring break or something at some point. Take them away on spring break. So anyway, apparently Jordan a couple jogging or whatever found a hand. A severed hand or whatever. And they ran fingerprints on it, and apparently it came back as Ryan's. I'm like, okay. So Ryan's walking around with one hand right now. That's interesting. I wonder if he'll come back with one of them little prosthetic hands. Or a hook in it. You know how Candyman do? Because he ain't got no hands, so he put a hook in it. That would be dope. Or like how they did I Know What You Did Last Summer when he got the fisherman hook. That'd be dope. But they still haven't found Ryan's body. So Ava is still on high guard. Like, she's still on high alert. You know, Julian is still trying to convince her to let it go and, you know, he's dead or whatever. I'm like, Julian, shut up. If they have not found nobody, then that man is not dead. I'm sorry, he's not dead. Just because they found his hand, you need to find the rest of the body first. Don't, you know what I mean? I don't blame Ava. She wants revenge, you know. She doesn't want her daughter's death to go unavenged. I don't blame her. Ava gotta do what she gotta do. And she knows in her gut Ryan is not dead. She know. Hell, I know that. You know what I mean? That man ain't dead. So anyway, moving on from that. Lucy found Kevin a condo or whatever, because the owner of the condo, I guess, doesn't mind renting it out to him or whatever, or him staying there, whatever the case may be. Because Kevin is having a tough time. You know, he's been suspended from the hospital, which I figured would happen. And he's having a tough time, you know, getting control of his bank account and his email address. His email accounts and stuff. So, you know, she, you know, trying to help him out and stuff like that. So she said that she would talk to Monica or the board on his behalf. First of all, I like the fact that she's trying to be a friend and be there for him. But she has no influence over Monica or the board. So why would they listen to her or take into account anything she has to say? She has no influence with those people. Like I said, I respect the fact she's trying to be there for him, but in the back of my mind, though, I still feel like Lucy is still trying to get back with Kevin. That's how I feel. Like, he made it abundantly clear he does not want her romantically, but I don't think that's really going to stop her in the long run. You know, because you know how Lucy is. For Lucy to get it, you have to, like, say it a billion times for her to get it, because she's that type of chick. She ain't going to back off for nothing. Like, just because we saw on the anniversary show her coming to accept his decision, I have a feeling that acceptance won't last too long. I'm just saying. I feel like it wouldn't. Like, she's definitely a little she-devil when she want to be, so I don't think she's going to hold off for too much longer. But back on the subject, though, of the whole Ryan situation, I think it's ridiculous how D.A. Dawson has the authority to close an investigation. First of all, that should be up to the mayor. And it should be up to Jordan whether or not they close that investigation. It should not be up to the DA. I'm just saying. So if Jordan wants to keep the investigation open, I don't blame her. You know, they want to make sure Ryan is dead before they decide to shut that investigation down completely. You know what I mean? Like, it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, it just makes more sense that way. And I'm sure she gonna, you know, Laura's not opposed to keeping the investigation open, of course, because that's what Laura want too. She want the PCPD to continue to search. So as long as Jordan has the backing of the mayor, keep the investigation open. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Just because you found a hand don't mean he dead. I'm just saying. But anyway, that was the episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Peace. Have a great weekend.